What's up, YouTube? This week on Top 3, I'm going to be giving you my top 3 favorite horror movies. Now, just to preface this, I am not a big horror movie person. I don't really like horror movies that much. I like thrillers and intense type of movies, so this is sort of going to fall under that. You're probably going to be a little surprised at some of my choices here, but let's just get into it. Number 1 is going to be The Descent. I think The Descent is just a crazy intense movie. I just love it. When I saw the first trailer that it was coming out, I went and saw it in theaters right away. I loved that movie. It was the perfect kind of horror movie for me. I mean, it had all those sort of intense elements of, the whole movie takes place basically in these sort of caves, cave diving and stuff. And there's sort of a creature element to it, I should say, and it just plays off mental things and stuff, and it's a great movie. It's probably one of my favorite sort of horror type movies of all time, and the characters, you begin to just like them and hate them at the same time because of sort of the backgrounds and things about it. In fact, the way it ended in the US, I didn't really like it, and I won't really spoil it here for you in case you haven't seen it. But as I went home, I found out there's a UK ending. They changed the ending for the US ending. They sort of petered out on what they should have done. The UK ending is the perfect ending, and that's the ending that I will accept as the real ending because it was the ending the movie needed. Number 2 is Tremors. I've always loved Tremors. In fact, I've seen all the Tremors movies. I mean, they're basically comedy horror and stuff, but sci-fi comedy horror. I think the first one wasn't meant to be so much comedy or whatever. I think it was supposed to be a typical type B movie horror type thing. But yeah, they have like 5 of them now. I've seen all 5. It's just that sort of creature feature type movie. Love it. It was, I've watched it so many times when I was a kid and stuff, and then again, like I said, I've stuck with it and watched all the Tremors movies since then. If you like the creature type movies, I think those are great ones. Definitely check those ones out. Last but not least, number 3. The third one that I'm going to put on here is Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 1's okay, but Evil Dead 2 is really the better of the movies. I mean, if we want to say that whole series, we can include Army of Darkness, but Evil Dead 2, I think, still had sort of more of the horror elements and things, but it was just, I don't know, I really like that one, mainly because of Bruce Campbell being in it. I mean, just classic Bruce Campbell and everything. I mean, it's got it all again still. It's sort of that comedy, horror. Definitely, I think I like a little comedy mixed in with my horror stuff, which, again, I don't watch very much horror at all, mostly thriller-type movies. But those would be my top 3. I haven't done a top 3 in a while, but I thought I'd do this sort of Halloween-themed one. And why don't you let me know what your top 3 horror movies are in the comments below. Definitely like to hear what the rest of you guys like, because everybody has a little bit of a different take on what they like, especially when it comes to sort of horror movies. So let me know in the comments, and if you have any other ideas for top 3 videos you'd like me to make in the future. I'll do these once in a while when I have a good idea for one. And yeah, subscribe to my channel on YouTube and stay up to date. There'll be a link for more top 3 videos if you want to watch them or just explore around. I've got a lot of different type of content on here. And if you really want to stay up to date with what I'm posting, go check out Facebook and like my page there, because I will always sort of update you when I have new videos and things out. And if you don't know already, I do have a podcast called the Nerdman Podcast, and you can actually, there's again, you can find it on YouTube, but you can also find it on Google Music for free. You just type in the Nerdman and go into the podcast section. You should find it there. And I kind of just talk about nerdy different things and topics and stuff at a little bit more length. So, as always, keep YouTubing it up.